Okay, everybody. Hi, welcome to our second call. It's just Kim and I tonight. So we're going to be together kind of talking about goals and then hoping that the rest of you will post your goals below and just kind of talk about when you're talking about goals, it's really important to talk about what holds you back, identify those. I mean, you got to set the goals, then talk about what holds us back, what we're afraid of, and then what we're going to do to overcome that. Like it's so great. Like I talked about earlier this week, to have goals or to have dreams and to set goals. But if we're not really looking at how to accomplish them, then they just kind of stay out there floating in the air of what we hope might happen someday. So we like to try to get some action goals going on. And so we're going to talk about that right now. Kim, were you able to kind of write down any goals? No? Okay. Besides SC5, like I said, I would like for everybody to really shoot for SC5 at least, but that just means we're helping people. With the All Access Pass, you help 2 people, but it would be awesome for our goal to be to help 3 people. And then I will just share some of mine. Mine, like I said earlier in the week, is to get SC10 or above. Another big thing for me is being bold in my invites. So that's one thing that can hold us back. I think it's our fear, my fear. I think it's what people might think, how they might respond. The way I want to always be authentic with people and genuinely care about them. If they choose to join our challenge groups or choose to be a part of what we're doing, awesome. If they don't, that's okay too. And I want people to know that I genuinely care about them. Like that's where my heart is. And so that is a little bit frustrating for me when I worry about the fact that people will think there's an ulterior motive. So that's always kind of been in the back of my brain, because it's really important for people to know that I just genuinely care about them, whether they choose to be a part of our challenge groups or not. And so consequently, recognizing that that's a fear I have is something that has held me back. And once I started to do that, to recognize that, then I'm able to say, okay, that's a fear I have. How do I overcome that? And what makes me push through that fear? And here's what I've been writing down, and here's what I've been processing this week, is that I know for a fact what these products have done for me personally. And when I focus totally on that, how they've helped change my body. I'm the oldest I've ever been, of course, but I'm the healthiest I've ever been, which is not normal. I mean, we just as a society assume that as we get older, we just get flabbier and we get more tired and we have less energy and we don't love our bodies as much and we're not 20 and we don't have that kind of figure. And we say all these lies in our brain of what it's supposed to be like when you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s. And what I realized is that all those are just lies. I feel the best I've ever felt in my life. I know, Kim, we've talked about this a ton too. And so how could I possibly not share that with people? So that is what I continue to focus on. And it's funny, you guys, when I sit down to do my invites, I used to go like, okay, here I go. Okay, go, set, right? And you just have this kind of anxiety. And I will tell you, before I sit down and do my invites now and my sharing with people, I literally change my mindset to, I know this works. I know this makes me feel great. I want everyone I know to feel as good as I do right now. And then I sit down and I write my invites and I reach out to people and I say, how are you? And when they ask questions, I really believe when you make that mindset in your invites, it comes out in your writing. It comes out in your voice messages to people. And so I want to encourage you, if this is something that you struggle with, being afraid of how you're coming across, so then you hesitate to invite, which then slows your business down, I would encourage you to do something as simple as adjust your mindset. We know so much of our own health and fitness journey is our mindset, right? We have to be in the right mind. We have to change our mindset that we're capable of doing anything. We have to change our mindset that we can love our bodies. We have to change our mindset that even if a workout is hard today, it's worth it to finish, right? It's so much that goes on in here. And the same thing is with our business. When we believe that we have something that's amazing to offer to people, then we should never be ashamed or feel uncomfortable or awkward about sharing that with people. And then we just say, oh my gosh, if they're not ready, I have gotten to the point where in my brain, I'm like, oh, if they're not ready, oh, too bad for you, right? Because you're totally missing out. Instead of, oh, I hope they want to join, I'm like, oh my gosh, you're totally missing out. That's a bummer. I don't say that, but I think that. And that's what motivates me to kind of get over that fear. So consequently, one of my goals has been to really step up my inviting every single day. And for those of you that are on our team, we talked about Teamzy, which is a tracking system. For those of you on some of the other teams, I don't know if your coaches have talked about Teamzy. It's something that I just started this month of doing the trial membership for Teamzy, and it's a way of tracking your customers, tracking your coaches, tracking people you're interacting with. And on the dashboard, it tells you how many invites you have to do. You set a financial goal of what you want to make in your business, which this is a legitimate business, so you should be doing that. And then it tells you how many people you need to connect with each day. It's powerful. And so when I sit down, I literally put on my music to get all pumped up, and I just start going through, and I'm like, if I really care about people, which I do, then I'm going to share this with them because I care about them. And I just approach it like that, and I don't even get worked up about it. Yeah.
And what does that look like? Like from A to B, when you say you're inviting, are you sending personal messages, or are you doing is it your Facebook post?
Okay, cool question. So one of the things that it's a variety of things. And that's what I love about Teamzy. So there's different sections. I have so many prospects. These are people that are not customers, and those are just they're called connecting. So those are like today I connected with a bunch of people, and like one of the girls that popped up on the list was somebody I knew from high school. We are Facebook friends. We have not talked, and I have no idea how long. I would never, no matter how much I believe in Beachbody, I would never start out a conversation with her about Beachbody because that's inauthentic. That's not a normal conversation. When you meet somebody in person at a party, the first thing you ask is not, so what's your job? Or, hey, this is what I do for a living. You have a conversation about who they are as a person. And so I connected, and what that looked like was she popped up. So I have Facebook open as well. I went to her Facebook page, scrolled it a little bit, and was like, oh my gosh, she has 2 little girls. She did, and she doesn't always pop up in my feed. And then I was able to write a message that said, Maggie, it was so great to, you popped up on Facebook for me today, and I just wanted to say, it was so great to see a picture of your family. What a darling family you have. How are you? How's life going? Done. Sent. She's already messaged me back. Kendra, blah, 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 blah. How are you? And we have a dialogue going now that's not awkward. And typically what happens is if you're posting regularly on your Facebook page, then you have pictures of your family that have nothing to do with Beachbody. But you'll have your regular morning workout or evening workout posts. That's why it's so important to be consistent, because she wrote back to me today, oh my gosh, it was so great to get your message. You're so positive. Thank you for reaching out. That totally made my day. It's so fun to connect on Facebook. And she's like, thank you for being so positive every single day. I look for your posts every single day. And then she went on to talk about my kids and my family and da-da-da-da-da. But that's the opening. And so then I was able to respond back, answer her questions, and I have not mentioned Beachbody yet. And then I said, thank you so much for, just being supportive of my health and fitness journey. And I really appreciate you, whatever. And then, so I still, because it's more important to me that people know I care about them and I trust the process. If I continue this conversation, if I continue genuinely caring for people, they want to know what's going on at some point when it's right for them. Now, so that was one girl. Another girl messaged me back and was like, oh my gosh. What she said, you look, whatever. She said something like, you look, I don't want to look it up right now because it's too much time, but, you look great and your posts are so inspiring. I'm 42. She's like, I'm 45 and I just don't know what's happening. Perfect opportunity for me to go directly without a lot of conversation. Hey, we're starting a new group on, and she said something about Keith. I love how you guys are doing something. So I said, hey, on Monday, we're starting a couples challenge group. I would love, this is such a fun group. We started a group last year. They have so much fun together. They wanted to stay together this year. If you'd like more information, I'd love to have you. I want to invite you to this group. If you want more information, I'd love to share it with you. Boom, on to the next topic. So it can look a variety of ways of just building or starting conversation. And then it can also be a direct invite if you're to that place.
And you're considering those conversations invites. When you say, are you
both of those invites? Give me 1 second.
Sure.
What is that for? From Alexa?
Oh, that's the Emily should know. It's the sweet potatoes.
I'll get sweet
Okay,
potatoes.
thank you. Pull them out. Thanks. Sorry, my family is having dinner. We're having dinner, and one of the alarms just went off. So I had told one of my children, just pull it out of the oven. It needs to sit, but they forget. 20 minutes. I don't know how, but they. Okay, so yes, for me, those are invites.
Okay.
Perfect. Now, in TeamZ, what's been cool is that I've always considered those invites. With TeamZ, one is a connect. The direct invite, I mark direct invite.
Okay.
So I'm stepping it up a little bit of like directly inviting. But for me, it always has to go back to being authentic, being caring. So if I have not had a conversation with that person, then I do not I just don't cold invite people because that just feels yucky to me personally. Now, people will disagree with me and say, if you want to really want to move your business forward, you got to just invite people. Well, people invite me to stuff all the time on Facebook without ever having a relationship with me. And I'm like, delete, no, I'm not going because you don't even care about the person. So that's how I do it. Hello. I don't know who's coming on.
It's me. It's Laura. Let me try to connect in the Zoom.
Okay. Hi, Laura.
Hi, because I can't see you. I want to see you.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
I'll be back.
No problem. Okay. Let's see. So that is, I try to focus on not all these different things every week. But so invites for me this week, I'm really stepping up and being intentional with people. And number 2, I'm working on live videos. People respond to live videos, you guys. So it is super uncomfortable for me. I'm going to be, exactly, Kim. I'm going to be totally honest. Like some people,
You're so good at them.
we're talking about goals. We were just talking about, I was sharing what my goals are. Kim's kind of just figuring out what hers are. And I don't know if you had a chance to write any down, but I'm really stepping up my invites. And I was just talking about live videos, how much people respond to live videos. And it's very uncomfortable for me, but I'm getting better at it the more I do. The more we push ourselves outside of our comfort zone, the easier it gets. And so there's a lot of times where I still have to do this. I do the live video, I finish, and then you have to you push like an upload button, and I still go like this, and I walk away. And then I'm afraid to look and see if anything. That's totally me.
I'm just wondering, how do you hold the camera? How do you hold your phone?
Okay, so what I do, like when I'm in the office here, I set it up against my computer.
Okay.
But I have to tell you, I am going to get one of those small tripods. In my garage where I do my workouts, I have a big tripod, so I just set it up there. Because then I can talk and I can stand. But when I'm in my office or when I'm in my house, there's like a little small one that you can sit on top of your desk.
Okay.
So, yes. Okay, Laura, what about you? Do you have anything? Did you have a chance to think about your goals?
Goals. Okay. Well, I'm sharing for sure. I'm not getting a lot of feedback.
Okay.
And I've actually been sharing for a while back. So I don't know I guess, at what point I should be asking people around, because I've already gone through the asking family and friends and whatnot. I don't think I want to go through that route again. I was kind of expecting like people to actually start responding, and then from there create new relationships and, help them instead. So I'm not getting a lot of feedback, which sometimes is discouraging, but I haven't stopped. So I don't know at what point, they start jumping in, or if I'm missing on something, I know sometimes the truth stings, but we need to hear it, sometimes to modify, improve, or whatever. So, yeah, so that's what's going on. I'm not the type of.
Are you adding?
Let me go to where I can hear you a little.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. Can you hear me there?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you repeat the question?
My question is, are you adding people to your Facebook every single day?
Adding as in new people to the Facebook? No.
Okay. So what do you on your Facebook now? Mine doesn't do this because my Facebook is weird and I don't know why. But when you open up your Facebook, do you get suggested friends?
Yes.
You get that too?
I've seen that. Yes.
Okay. I don't know why I don't get it, so I have to go in extra steps and whatever. But what I want you to start doing is looking at those suggested friends and friend requesting them.
Okay.
And then what you're going to do is friend request them, write that down, do at least 5 or 10 a day. You have to be careful because Facebook will put you in like Facebook jail if you invite if you friend request too many people. So maybe start with like 5. And I want you to write their names down, and I want you to do 5 a day and write them on a list. And then part of your power hour is you go to their Facebook page and you like a few pictures and comment on one.
Okay.
And then the next day, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to like some pictures, comment on one of those from the day before, right? Your 5 from the day before, and then you're going to friend request 5 more. And once they add you, then you go in and do the same thing. Okay? So you're constantly adding new people because you're right. Your warm market, which is your family and your friends, who you could say, "Hey, I'm starting this business, and I'd love for you to support me." That's like over real quickly in the beginning. And so you really need to get out there talking to other people.
Right.
So the only way to do that is to expand your market. And the more you reach out to people and the more you add people to Facebook, and then you start commenting on their Facebook page, you're going to start showing up in their feed. Facebook is very strange with the way that, they have all these algorithms about who shows up on your news feed, and I don't even want to get into all that because I don't even get it all. But what I do know is that the more that you are commenting and liking and then on other people's stuff, you'll start to show up on their feed, and then they'll see the things that you're doing.
I see. Okay, makes sense. I'll do that.
Okay, so that should be your goal for this second week, is to add 5 new Facebook friends a day. 5 to 10, start making a list, and once they accept you, if they're private, then start commenting on their paper. Now, don't go crazy like a stalker lady, like 14 people, and then 14 pictures, and then comment on all of them. They're like, "Oh my God, who's this Laura girl, and what does she want?" But just casual, and then you can, they become your, they're your friends, and you start communicating with them, and you show up with them.
Okay.
That's awesome. A good goal. Kim, are you doing that daily, adding people?
Yes.
Okay. And then
I'm a little selective, but yes, I try to add a few people each day, or send a friend request each day.
And then if they're public, do you go and like their pictures and comment a little bit?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Awesome. And what kind of feedback are you getting so far this month, Kim? For like the challenge groups and all that. How's that going?
I've done 2 for the free dessert thing, which got 0. And I did, I think, 2 so far this month for the couples. I kind of just took part of Amethyst's post and Aaron's post and just sort of copied and pasted it. And so it had kind of all of our things that are happening this month.
Awesome.
I have 1 person that signed up just yesterday. That was from a hike that we went on. So
Oh, that's awesome. Did they get the all access?
yeah, I told her that was the best deal.
Awesome. I
And I
know.
wanted her to have the best deal.
Totally the best deal.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay. And
So
Laura,
that's
what
fine.
about you? So are you having any response to your posts or invites at all?
I had 2 people kind of like step a foot in, but they still have his foot out. And these are people that have seen me for a while. So now I'm ready like to push them. I even told them, okay, I'm going to give you a couple of days to think and then I'm going to get back to you. But it's, I'm not nowhere trying to convince them, because if they're not convinced by now, then they're just going to go through all the many excuses and so forth. They're just not ready. They really are not really tired of it, but I think they might be.
Right. So I want to encourage you that just because somebody says no, it means not now, not no forever. Like I had a girl that's told me no so many times.
Yeah.
And then she signed up for the all access this month.
Right. And I have a few that have said no for in the past.
Okay.
And see them, I've been posting the videos, sharing. I did the informational. So I've been posting, informational videos on challenge, on what the challenge is all about. And those few people that have said no in the past, I see that they're the most, that are watching the videos, that are liking it and whatnot. They're not commenting. They're not, requesting that they're not joining yet, but I see they're there, they're watching.
It's good. Okay, so what I'm going to do, because I don't want to keep you guys all night, but it's really important for us to set goals. And so even for everybody that's listening, and that's important for you to do with your coach, okay? Or on this team, for the Cup Challenge, it's really important to do it with Amethyst and I. And so one of the things I'm going to post after this call, you all have heard about SMART goals, right? SMART goals are a way to get specific, and I will post what each of these means. And SMART is an acronym. For the S is for so it's a way to define your goals and to have it again. Our goal, we want to make sure that our goals are not just out here in outer space and unattainable. That is so defeating, right? So our goals need to be specific. Make them specific. That's the S. M, they need to be measurable. We need to be able to have a kind of a checks and balance, a checking process to see if we're actually making progress. Okay? They need to be action oriented. We have to do stuff. Do something to achieve the goal. Again, like we talked about, otherwise it's just a dream. Just floats out there if we're not moving forward. R is realistic, right? Let's be realistic with our goals. Now, it's really great to set high goals to push ourselves, but talk with your coach about what are some realistic goals. And again, we can talk about for the month and then break it down week by week what our goals are, okay? And then they need to be time, okay? Because otherwise, we set goals that just don't really have any way to measure, and they don't really mean anything. And then we just kind of go, oh, I kind of set these goals, but we either feel like a failure or we don't really have a way to accomplish them. And that's not productive. So I'm going to post in our page that acronym again, SMART goals. And I really want you guys, as you look at your business, and nobody can do this for you. So you just have to tell yourself, it takes a little bit of time, but I do these goals for my own self personally. And one of those has to do with like my own personal development. Kim, you are brilliant at like really spending time, but you're spending time really working on your thinking and changing the way that you view yourself. That has been an incredible goal of yours. You have been very vocal about that. You have written it down. you and I have talked about, and you and Erin have talked about specific ways that you're changing your mindset to love your body, and you are really achieving that goal. But it hasn't been this goal that's just floated out there. You've been very intentional, and you talk about it all the time, and you have asked to be held accountable to that. And that's what we're talking about, like setting goals that are a challenge for us, but that are realistic and attainable and with a specific way of how we're going to get there. Okay? So that's something that I want you guys to do. I would love for you to do goals for you personally, and then also for your business. If you can do that for your own self, then again, this cup challenge is just a fun game that we're playing, but it's really about helping you become the best coach you can be, but most importantly, the best person you can be. And that's what we're about. And then that way, when you have done this exercise, you're able to help your, because they all have goals, and sometimes they don't know how to reach those goals. How many times do you get that? I get more people saying to me, I don't know how to reach that goal. I've tried before, but I don't know how to do it. And this is a great exercise. If I've done this exercise, then I can tell people, okay, let's look at your goal and let's break it down and let's get specific, right? Let's put some measurable goals out there, and let's figure out how we're going to measure them. Let's do attainable goals, right, that are realistic, a week at a time, okay? And so we want to go through that process, and that's what I love about SMART goals, because it keeps us on track and has us, again, a system for coming up with the goal and coming up with how we're going to accomplish them. So if you guys would do that, and if you want to post in the group, that would be awesome. If you want to just share them with your coach, then I would love it if you would write in the comment section, shared with my coach, or shared with Kendra, or shared with Kendra and Amethyst, whatever you want to do. But this is just good for you as a person, right? I mean, I'm super committed to, one of my goals is to do my personal development every day. And I'm trying to do my personal development, believe it or not. I work from home, and half the time when my kids get home after school, I'm like in the middle of something, and I'm like, hey, hope you had a great day. I'll be right in. Right? Half hour later, I'm not in. So what I'm trying to do, one of my specific goals, and I'm going to put this out there, is that I'm reading my personal development, and I'm sitting down, or I'm home from whatever I'm doing at like 2:30. I'm sitting on my couch, or 2:45, sitting on my couch, and when my kids walk in the door at 3:05, because they're high school, they drive together, whatever, 3:05 or 3:10, then I close my personal development, done, checked off my personal development, and then I turn and focus on them, because I'm not racing in from the store or racing from a coffee meeting that I've had with somebody, but I'm like totally present for my kids. And so for me, that's a personal goal, but it also has to do with my business, because it makes me better at what I do. So that's how specific I want you to get. That's how your life's going to change. Okay, any other questions?
How do you go about asking for referrals?
Oh, great question, Kim. Okay, this is how I've done it. I feel much better when I'm talking to someone in person. People do, like, what we will do posts in at the end of the challenge group. We're going to try to start doing that. Is we would love your referrals. This isn't right. Is we want to help as many people as possible, and we'll do kind of a general thing like that. But what I will often do is I will send a message that just said, thank you so much for trusting me with your health and fitness journey. I absolutely love being your coach. If you have any friends or family who have a desire to get healthy and fit, I would love for you to pass my name on to them and refer, I would love a referral, because this is what I'm passionate about and I want to help people. And I just come right out and ask for it. But if somebody says, really casually, oh my gosh, thank you so much for helping me, and then I'll just say, you're so welcome. And if you have any friends that need help too, I'd love to help them. Right? So just being aware of any opportunity to say that, but then also reaching out at like the end of a challenge group, or when somebody's had a ton of success, and just say it really motivates me to help others. If you can think of anyone who might be interested, I would love to reach out to them.
Okay, and how about any customers that you have that maybe bought a workout program and maybe they tried Shakeology and then it's done and you've reached out, but they just seem to have vanished. Now with this all access, you think it'd be a good idea maybe to send a personal message to them, just, hey, just want to let you know this is a really good deal?
Yes. And you can just say, I always think being honest is the best. So
Yeah.
hey, I noticed that I haven't heard from you in a while. I noticed that you had tried Shakeology, but and then look in your back office and see if they're still getting it. But I noticed that you're not getting Shakeology anymore. Tell me, is there anything that I can help you with? Do you like Shakeology? Do you need some new recipes? I also wanted to let you know, blah, 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 about the all access. And then I always end everything with like, I'm still here to support you no matter what. So please let me know how I can help you.
Okay.
Yeah. And then sometimes too, Kim, we will do like I'll send like a group message to like a group of my customers or whatever, or maybe a group that was in the challenge group, and I'll be like, hey, I give like a gift card to like Lululemon. Any referrals that you have, and any people that you refer to me that sign up to be a part of our next challenge group, I'm so passionate about this, you will receive a Lululemon gift card, an Amazon gift card, whatever gift card you would like is sometimes. And then people are like, awesome, so that's another way that you can do that as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Laura, anything from you?
My coach, I guess, in the upline, I think I have much interaction. I guess her thing, I think she's kind of like.
Uh-oh, I'm losing you. Shoot. Hey, Laura, we can't hear you. Okay, let me comment and tell her that we can't chat. You are frozen. Again, I don't know that she's going to get that. Oh, I guess. Oh,
I cut off. Sorry.
no, that's okay. We couldn't hear you. Okay, so you're upline what?
Yeah, my coach. I guess there's not a lot of interaction with her. I guess I'm not sure if she's like. I guess I just need to reach out to her and see what's going on. But I think either she's kind of like a hobby coach, or there's not much going on as support and activities and So I don't know whether to just reach out to her and or find somebody else to keep accountable, like you guys. I see everybody here in the team is
Laura, I think you might.
giving their best.
Hey, Laura.
And trying.
You might not be able to walk around because you keep freezing.
Giving their best and trying and do. Oh, I think it's my battery, maybe.
Okay.
Let's see. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
A little bit better? Okay, battery. That's probably it. I was saying, well, in the past, I didn't even know who was my coach. So I haven't seen, I guess, a lot of intention of communication and reach out or support or whatnot. Or she's had, but then crickets. I don't hear from her. I don't see much activity. I think it's because of her day job, her just daily activities. She's not going as, I guess, intense, I'm going to say. So should I reach out to her either way or just keep accountable like with you guys or I don't know. I know to make this business work, we got to help, you got to help the coaches you bring up to your business, right? Yeah. So I haven't felt that support, and I don't want to look up and say, hey, you're not pulling me up, you know, because I know eventually I'm going to be working with the coaches that I bring on to my business.
Right.
So I just want to feel, you know, I'm trying to keep like with you guys, you know, being accountable and that everybody's giving it, you know, 100%, because who you are working with, it's really contagious, you know, the excitement and everything, it matters. Yeah. And if like I talked to her and she's like, well, I explained, you know, this and that, but it doesn't sound like it's very high up there with dream goals or trying to really, really get going and get the ball rolling, then, you know, at time, we all have very little time. So we want somebody very positive, very energetic, very, you know, really in it for it, trying to really make a difference. And I don't know, what's your opinion on that?
So my opinion is this, that Beachbody policy is you should always go to your upline coach and talk to them about what you need, okay? With that being said, you are a part of this group. So one of the commitments that we have to one another is that we support one another, just like you said. So we might actually be on Amethyst Cup team, but I'm here to help, and I'll totally go over your goals with you. That is something, I'm committed to everybody in this group, just like I would my own team, and we're here to help each other. So it's super important, out of respect for your upline, that you go to her, but you're not the only person, unfortunately, that has had that happen. And it sucks. I have to be honest. I don't know your upline. It's nothing personal, but yeah, if you bring people into this business, then you should support them, because it's a lot of information. It's a lot of trial and error. We need each other,
And here's the thing. I definitely think it's not personal. I think it's just her life and her, her time and whatnot. But it's happened. A friend of mine was a coach directly under her, and I was under my friend. And she ended up quitting. She ended up, deciding to just leave, be out, out of the park, for 6 months, and then sign up with a different coach. And that to me is kind of sad, and that might happen. But if you're working with the coaches, and if there are not a lot of coaches, you can work with the ones you have. But if there's no support, and they can get discouraged, and I'm here and I'm still there, and I'm thinking, should I reach up to her, or is she still busy, and should I just focus and work with somebody that's
specifically, Laura? What I would do, I would reach out to her, send a message and say, I'm a part of a cup team, I'm super excited about my business, and I want to move forward. I'm ready to go. Can you can you tell me what you're able to commit to me with, right? Or how much you're able to commit to me. And then you'll know, and there's no guessing game. I want to learn from you. I want to grow. I want to run with this business, and see what she says to you. And if you hear crickets with a coach saying that to you, your own coach saying that to you, my hope is that she's going to respond and pick up on your enthusiasm.
Okay.
If not, we can talk. But I will certainly, for this cup thing, and because we're talking about SMART goals, that's only going to help your business. It's irrelevant who your coach is with that. You're on this team, and I'm totally committed to going through goals with you and helping you set some goals and accomplish them. So I will totally commit to you with that.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is, I have a template for SMART goals. I'm going to post it in our group, and I'd love for you guys to work on that over this week. Perhaps maybe taking some time this weekend, because it's only going to help you. Okay? Perfect. Okay. Have a great night, ladies.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.